Fortnite to the Apocalypse is finally back after a pretty short hiatus, all things considered. Hopefully, Nakaba is rested up and has a good story waiting for us fans after such a short, but, effectively long wait. And what's going to be in store? Well, you're going to have to watch to find out. If you like 7 Deadly Sins and Fortnite to the Apocalypse material for this channel, subscribe to the channel, comment down below what you like about the latest chapter, and hopefully we can get more content to you as soon as I can. We start with chapter 159 with In His Arms, with a cover of Gawain, reading some sort of book under the moonlight on her bed. When last we left off, Gawain apparently was trying to bring back Percival, so it could be one of her magic notes. But on that note, we also find out that she knows where Tristan and Lancelot might be, at the Underworld Gladiator Festival, which will not only be the perfect time to rescue Tristan and the rest of his teammates, but also to take down the Green Knight, Bellatrop. Donnie is very confused and also pretty shocked that the festival of all places is where they're going to take down the knight. Gawain explains, yes, an event where those who want to escape prison wager their freedom and fight each other. Like gladiators. The festival winner is granted both their freedom and a single wish from Bellatrop himself. Just the two of them, before a huge crowd of onlookers. Now, this seems like a very weird place to take out Bellatrop in front of everyone. Isn't the point of spying to kill in secret? I'm just saying. Donnie makes a point that maybe he would be on his guard the most at that point, but she says, no, he wouldn't. You don't get it. He's supremely arrogant, man. I mean, I'll have to take your word for it because we don't really know much about this knight. He's the only one of the 4 evils we have not gotten to see personally, so who knows? Oh, just like you, Donnie retorts between being head smacked with the one form arm. Okay, I love this. It shows that Gawain is very ahead of her training with Sunshine, or Dawn, as she calls it, and this is just so funny. Well, it's one way to defend herself while she's in her chibi form. While Donnie is suffering on the floor with a massive head trauma, and asks, is there even a way to reach Anifwen? Oh, really? Well, Anne, you're on it. You're taking the boat castle, obviously. And no, Gawain, no, that is not a boat. That is a ship, because a ship can carry a boat, but a boat cannot carry a ship. Assassin's Creed Black Flags made that very clear. But before they make the trip all the way there, what else to do but get something to eat? They can't fight on empty stomachs, no. So Gawain calls, yo, Grandma, Gramps, I want my friends here to be fed to their heart's content. And wonders, why isn't her father joining? As Gawain explains, we eat when we want to. That's the custom. Not that I don't know why, but it's always been a tad awkward between my father and I. But let's talk about you, shall we? Aw, Gawain has daddy issues. Everyone looks at Percival as Gawain asks a very obvious question. How are you going to join the Gladiator Festival when you don't have a weapon? That is a very convenient question. Because, reminder, Percival's sword is gone. Tristan had it, and now Tristan's captured. Where's the sword? We do not know. Percival just nonchalantly says, yeah, I popped out of the spur of the moment. Guess I didn't think that much at all. Naciens just spoils him, saying it's going to be no issue, but Anne just says, don't spoil him, you dummy. Luckily, they went to Gawain first, so that she'll be able to hook them up. Ooh, new weapon time. And just before things can get good, we see, oh my God, oh, holy Christ, that thing is scary. We see this wooden doll in which everyone in the Percival team has the same reaction as I did, except for Gawain, who just says, will you shut up? The doll looks like she's hyperventilating or something, having a seizure, tweaking out like a possessed Pinocchio, when all of a sudden, a lavish 5-star meal appears on the table. God, I'm so hungry. The doll, with teeth of a demon, says, your menu for today is flying stingray in cream sauce, kraken salad, dusk bison steak, chicamatango pie, and 4-berry cream pudding. That actually does sound very good. Like I said, I'm so hungry. And Gawain says, thanks, Grandma. Grandma? Gawain, I have questions about your family history. Oh, but it's not just Grandma. We also get to see Grandpa, the one bringing the cutlery and the condiments, who is a dragon skeleton butler guy. Oh my gosh. Gawain, your family is so weird, but they seem kind. Well, the grandpa does, saying that he hopes they'll be good friends to Lady Gawain, and she is so flustered, like a child being embarrassed by the parent meeting their friends for the first time. It's cute, yet weird. They begin to eat, digging into their heart's content, with someone asking, you have a chef here? And the Gawain says, yeah, Grandma's old friend. I'll introduce y'all later. Knowing that Grandma and Grandpa are these weird golems, I shudder to wonder who the chef is. Honestly, everyone has had their fill, but Percival ran off somewhere. And since it's her house, Gawain decides to go find him. And we transition to outside, where Kay is pruning his orchard trees of some stray branches. And lo and behold, Percival has come to meet him. Kay asks Percival, did you come to stop me from reporting you to the authorities? Nah, I'm not worried about that. Then what brings you here? You're King Arthur's brother, right? Well, not by blood. I was hoping you could tell me what Arthur is like as a person. We just know far little about him. So... Kay stares up at the apples, saying, I'm afraid I've never had much love for him. When I was young, my father brought him to me as a child. Your brother from now on, he said. That was how I met Arthur. He quickly got used to court life, winning not only my father's love, but the trust and respect of nobles and servants. All the things that I did not have. Oh, that's pretty sad. One day, an oracle arrived in Camelot with a sword embedded into the stone. It was the holy sword Excalibur, they said. And anyone who pulled it out would succeed my father as king. Famed knights, strong men, and power-hungry fiends all tried their luck with it. I did too, of course, but no one was successful. However, just when all had given up on it, the mere boy at 14 pulled the blade out with barely any effort. Nobody could ever understand the unease and despair I felt at that moment. At this rate, not only would everything I knew be taken from me, but I'd be forced to serve Arthur hand and foot for my entire life. That is a pretty sad story, and not gonna lie. Some kid comes in, takes all the love from your parents and everyone else you knew since childhood. But then again, Kay, maybe there's a reason they lost love for you. I'm just saying. So I tricked him. I snatched the sword away from him and claimed to my father that it was I who pulled it out. You see, right there. That's why your father does not love you. The lie did not last for long. No, I shamed myself in front of him, and then I was thrown in the dungeon. Wow, parental abuse and a very harsh punishment. When Arthur came to visit my cell, I ranted and raved at him. You are a pox upon this land. You should never have been born. See, you are brothers. You both bicker and complain to each other. But it was actually a sorcerer that saw Arthur draw this blade who exposed my lie. No, he neither told my father nor anyone else about my folly. In fact, he begged my father to release me from my imprisonment. He said I wasn't at fault. And when father stopped beating me as punishment, Arthur ferried his dinners to me, untouched. That is the kind of person Arthur is. There's never been a king so kind and so noble. But why aren't you going to report him? Percival asks. Because what you see now isn't at all the Arthur I know. I guess that explains why Kay and Arthur have split, because it seems like they did kind of get along later down the line, but once Arthur became the villain we see now, I guess it was Kay who cut the ties. But man, it's clear that these two did not have the best childhood growing up. I would make any effort possible to get my old brother back, even if it means lending a hand to those hostile to him. Percival, please take Gawain with you. Gawain flies above and hears her father saying, I am a small, servile, clumsy parent. I'm not sure I can say I gave her enough of my love, but still, I'm sure she can be of use to you. Just when the moment seems down, Percival says to him, well, maybe it looked ugly, but that apple you grew sure tasted good. Both father and daughter react to his explanation, saying, and Gawain's an incredibly reliable person, and I trust her all the way. Percival, were you making some sort of weird apple metaphor about Gawain? But father and daughter both have the same reaction. You truly are a strange young man. And with that, chapter 159 is over. A pretty relaxed chapter, some freaky moments, but also the gang just catching up and planning to do on what they're going to do next. The fighting tournament arc is just beginning, but what's going to happen next? Is Tristan alright? What weapon is Percival going to get? And what plan are they going to do to take down the Green Knight, Bellatrix? One step closer to defeating King Arthur himself. This has been Dante from the Anime Underworld. I'll see you later, mortals.